Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Ooni of Ife is rumored to have switched off all his phone as he escaped with Queen Naomi for her 32nd birthday, causing Oloris a complete meltdown in the palace. Daylight. It is not a small something, oh my people. As he does sweet them, as he does sweet us, he depend them, as he depend them. Omo, it is sweet us. Omo, they say up till now, people are still whispering in corners, side eyes everywhere, palace guard acting confused, and the Oloris, total emotional, meltdown, and the reason the Ooni of Ife did the unthinkable. So, we all are aware that it's Queen Naomi's 32nd birthday. Yes, our elegant, graceful, and ever royal Queen Naomi. Everyone in the palace already suspected something big was going to happen, but they had no idea how far the Ooni would go to make it unforgettable. This wasn't just about celebrating a birthday. No, this was a royal declaration, a move so bold it silenced every other noise. They said the morning, everything looked normal, well as normal as it gets in the palace, filled with silent rivalry and plenty of side, cheek tension, okay? The wives had tried to smile, tried to act calm, but deep down they were nervous. They knew Queen Naomi's presence alone was enough to make the king shift focus, but what they didn't know was that they only had a master plan, a plan he kept hidden from everyone. Not even his closest aides or his closest, that's Dr. Lizzie knew. Maybe Dr. Lizzie even knew, but of course, she's on the side of the Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi. She would not share with anyone. Just as the sun rose over the palace, Queen Naomi arrived quietly with, of course, we heard Tadenikawo and Simi. No loud announcement, no drama. She entered the palace with grace and calm as always, but her presence sent instant panic through the palace, okay? Daylight is not a small thing of the Oloris who had been posting subtle shade on their social and pretending to be on board that suddenly became hyperactive. Ebony started, pacing, Oletik, yes, herself, locked herself in her chambers for over an hour. Ebony was sending frantic messages to friends in Lagos. They were all, doing all their stuff as if they didn't care, okay? Out of nowhere, the Ooni gave a shocking instruction. All phones must be switched off. That is, they should put off his phones, and he was leaving. Our mother said, Ooni, who has got a lot of, traditional engagements and all of that, there is a ceremony that was supposed to happen. They said that ceremony, the chiefs were going to take care of it, that he was there for a while, and they said that was how Kabiyesi left, okay? The Ooni didn't want any calls, no messages, no emergency distraction, or any Oloris. They were not having it. One by one, they started, protesting softly, okay? Everybody claimed she had a scheduled Zoom prayer meeting with her. It was a whole lot that the child was sick and all of that. And again, my theory is that this will not be the first time something like this is happening. If your baby is sick, when did Kabiyesi become a pediatrician? You have palace, pediatricians, you have palace physicians, okay? And so why don't you use them? You know how to get across to them. You know how to get them to come. Your royalty, for crying out loud. You don't even need to go to them, man. They come to you. And so why is it that you want to act as if, Kabiyesi is the pediatrician? Yes, it is okay to, inform the father or their father that they are ill or something, but of course Kabiyesi doesn't even have the time to stay and take care of those kids. He is a king. He has a lot of responsibilities, okay? As we are hearing at that moment, silence fell, real royal tension. The Ooni didn't just make a rule. He disconnected from everyone and everything. Why? Because he was about to whisk Queen Naomi away in the most private, most intimate, most romantic way possible. No phones, no cameras, no drama, just them. Okay. And again, another reason why, that you say that he may have said there should be no phones. Everybody should put off their phones. Okay. I think it had to do with the fact that there were, going to with the chopper, that is Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi. You don't know the rules, the royal rules there in Ile-Ife. The fact that Queen Naomi has not completed her what do you call those rituals and all of that, the elders are frowning, and there's been a lot of altercation over the fact that Oni is allowing himself to be seen in public with Olori Naomi. And you and I know that Kabiyesi has been very, very careful. The only time we have really, I don't know if you have seen them somewhere, but me, I haven't. The only time I actually saw them was when we all saw them in Akure, where Kabiyesi had that lunch. That was the only time that I also saw them, okay? But we've heard from time to time that they have been seen here and there and all of that, but it's usually very private because they are not supposed to be seen until, it is official, until they what do you call the ritual, the full moon and the other ritual has been, completed. And then they say it happened. The royal helicopter landed, the one that normally carries the Oni to Ibadan to catch his Gulfstream G700 jet. This time, he didn't arrive for palace business. He arrived to take Queen Naomi and the Ooni of Ife, as in just the two of them. Dela, right, you should have seen the way the Oloris reacted. Everybody tried to, mask her pain, but the way she was, gripping her prayer beads, okay, attention, everybody was breathing like someone who just ran a marathon. Oletik ran to the bathroom, as they said, and locked herself. She later claimed she was unwell. Or they said she ran like she wanted to, that, this kind of a thing where you are so upset, your stomach begins to run. That was what was happening there. Meanwhile, Queen Naomi didn't flinch. She greeted the palace staff politely, smiled gently, and stood beside the Oni as he personally opened the door of the helicopter for her. He held her hand. He held a bid goodbye to Tade Nikawo, because Tade Nikawo and Simi, they were supposed to be in the palace, and then they said that was it. And they said Kabiyesi left. Phones were switched off, All the phones were switched off. As the blade of the helicopter rode to life, you could feel the heartbreak bouncing off the palace walls. The wives watched from balconies hiding, and they said it was such a serious situation that Oloris were so heartbroken. And, soon as he left, they said people started trying to call his PAs and everything. Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, they said they just disappeared into, God knows where, into thin air. Oh, Guinea, now let we be king and queen where we don't go drink water drop cup. Wow. They said they just disappeared into thin air. As I'm talking to you, it is not a small something that Oloris were so mad. So mad. All the phones switched off. As a matter of fact, the one that really, made a lot of sense to me, they say, Ooni of Ife, when Queen Naomi was coming out, okay, to come and, and get into the helicopter with him, everybody to drop their phones, that they ordered them to drop or switched off their phones because they didn't want pictures and all over the place, because there are some people who have this propaganda to cause problems for Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi, so that elders will continue to be angry and all of that. They switched off everything just to be careful, and of course their meeting, everything is usually very, very private because of what is going on, because by the time they see them together now, wahala will start again, like the wahala Oni had to face when Naomi and Oni were seen together in Akure. This is what we are hearing. If that information is true, I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.